it pretty much is. Perfect match for the Signar blue that I'm using. So I was very lucky there. Very fortunate, very happy when I figured that out. That was great. Don't knock my camera over, Jordan.
Not worried about me falling over.
Well, yeah, I got my priorities here. Come on. It's a fun thing about Grenadiers. Marshal 2 to the Gun Mages have 2 Trencher Master Gunners, both in contact with both Grenadiers. Through some effort, you now have 2 times 3 AoEs possible, 16-inch range, and you can either reroll. Oh, that's a yawn. Oh, that was a sneeze. Or a cough. That was... Ugh. My brain's confused again. What do you know? Surprise, surprise. Oh, reroll distance of direction. Doesn't have your own troops. If you shoot yourself in the back. Yeah, the problem with that is that it's not really expensive. 2 Grenadiers with 2 Trencher Master Gunners. Marshal to the Gun Mages. I guess that's pretty sweet that you can blast a couple AoEs and, you know, re-roll them and just have them be really accurate and have them not hurt your own troops when they get stuck in, like if a bunch of sword knights up there. But it's just, it seems a little expensive to me for what it does. It'd be fun to see though. I like it. I find playing pre-made adventures difficult. I end up adjusting basically all the values and counters, and I usually don't even bother getting pre-made adventures to write my own. Damn time consuming, but it's nice, and when the result is cool, me and my friends play Shadowrun and wish to finally use a sniper rifle, so I gave them an assassination mission when they got a chance to nice sniper shot from the end. Next time we play it will be a crazy zombie apocalypse spin-off. There will be a shadow lore fitting explanation to it, but actually we want to really see what all of our guns can do. Yeah, I adjust it. Don't worry about walking in front, Jordan. Don't worry. People don't actually watch my face.
I was looking in the box anyway.
Oh, well, here am I. I'll just let you do your thing then. I do adjust the encounters a lot, mostly to make it harder, because my adventures seem to break the rules all the time. I'm like, I'm going to do this and this and this. I'm like, oh, technically you can do that, even though it's ridiculously powerful. So I make everything a lot more powerful. And so...
Everything on.
Let's adjust that back. I did put this tripod in the most annoying place in the world ever if you're going back and forth through the desk.
Pretty rude.
It wasn't my fault. It was my fault, but I thought I'd be actually filming like an hour before I started. That wasn't my fault. Okay, maybe it was, but yes, I understand what you're saying, and yeah, it takes forever to make those adventures, but they're always a lot more fun, usually, because you can plan it around your adventurers instead of the adventurers playing into the mission and hoping that it fits. And knowing me, I'd always like right now we don't have a thief, so we can't open up any locked chests. Although we have big dumb brutes that just break the chest all the time. I always make them break valuable stuff though, so it's not near as valuable. I don't always tell them what they're broken once they break open the chest. But I keep on throwing in random locked stuff, so then they can't get to it. Or locked doors that they have to bash through, and then the entire encounter is just ready with readied actions as they come barging into the door. Because they made so much of a ruckus bashing it in. They always manage to bash it in though. It's strength 25 check. And they're like, not a problem. They're ridiculous. But with the new Bard, they had an ability, they finally had someone charismatic with them and could actually, get them through encounters or that non-combat encounters. But then they got into a really difficult combat encounter because it was a Bard he wanted to be in the middle of them, or she wanted to be in the middle of them to buff them all. And she's like, diddly fiddling, diddly, 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 diddly. And then it was just like, boom, boom, boom. And then she twitching on the ground. And that is how the bard died. Just like that. What else do I need? Swords need to be silver. That's all the comments for now. But you probably want to hear more about my trip. Let's see, what interesting. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I love flying. I love being on an airplane and flying through the air. Once you get into the air though, and you have to sit for like 4 hours, it sucks. But once you have to land again, you're like, boom, or like pitching, or like sometimes when it's like windy and you're like, or you're like, whoa, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, I hate planes. It's like, I love it. It's great. It's like a roller coaster. And afterwards, this boring freaking hour, 2 hour, 3 hour flight, you're like, come on, have something exciting. And so it's great. I love it. I don't know how people don't like it. Weirdos. So I love all of that. However, I hate airlines and the whole everything. And I don't hate a lot of things. I don't hate it. I was just very, very frustrated and with extremely poor bad luck. Let me explain. So on my way to California, because this was the plan, go to California for a week and a bit, go to Utah for a wedding, and hang out with some friends. If I meet more people there, depending on their availability, I might stay a few extra days. Okay, done and done. Leave. I fly out of Buffalo because it's the closest airport, and it's just, I like not having to go through customs in the airport, but like I go through customs on the border. It's just a lot more straightforward usually. You can go at a good time where it's not busy, because airports are always busy and crazy. And so it's great. So I don't have to deal with any kind of embassy crap. So you go through the border, get to Buffalo Airport, and the rest is smooth. Or should be. I get there. It was a little rushed. I was afraid of being late, and I barely got there, and I get in, and the flight was delayed by like an hour and a half. I'm like, okay. Things could be worse. Open my laptop, play some games on it. Whatever, right? Still not too bad. Then we all get onto the plane. And as we're about to leave, they're like, oh, weather in Philadelphia, because that was my connecting flight. Because Buffalo never goes like anywhere direct. And neither does Toronto, so it's just kind of like unfortunate. No big airports around here. So then I'm stuck there, nothing to do, and we're sitting an hour in the airplane. A whole hour in the airplane. Cramped little airplane. Patience wearing kind of thin at this point. Then they go, oh, well, we don't know what's going to happen, because, yeah, they never know. And so then I go back to the airport. They drive us back, and they unload us. So I'm like, great. So we're all sitting there, a little peeved. And now what are we going to do? And there was a bunch of people who were catching international flights from there to like go to Paris and Amsterdam, all these areas of Europe. And so they obviously got preference. And then all these like other people that are just, and all they were going is Philadelphia. That's all they needed to go to. And I'm worried about my connection. And so the next flight that had a connection left at 7 o'clock the next morning. And my flight was supposed to leave at 1:30. And so, after all was said and done, 32 hours after I arrived at the airport, I got to California. 32 hours.
Really exciting.
It's terrible. Shut up, Jordan. Then, after this guy's ridiculous. It's a very interesting story. Then I get, everything goes well. Then I get to Utah. Flight was great there. It's great. Flying home. I arrive, I swear, it's the 1 o'clock flights. You're cursed. because if it's canceled or anything's wrong with it, it's too late in the day for them to reschedule anything. Flight was supposed to leave at 1:15. I was supposed to arrive at 9 p.m. in Buffalo and get home. Flight mechanical problem, blah, blah, blah. I'm stuck in the airport for like 10, 11 hours. And I arrive at 9 a.m. in Buffalo instead of 9 p.m. the previous day. So that was almost 2 days taken off. Basically, I lost a day of my vacation and I lost a day of work when I got back. And because of all the stressfulness of it, I also got a bit sick. And so I've ended up actually losing 2 days. And so that's why I hate airplanes and airports. I love them and hate them. I love them because they're so much fun to take off and land in. But I hate them because they have robbed me of 3 days of my life. And I was just stuck there. It was very sad. But that's enough for now. So I'm going to conclude this painting vlog. Hopefully you guys are excited about my plane as I am, and finishing my sword knight so I can get a tiered list for Darius, my first tiered list, because I really don't like any of the other tiered lists, except maybe for E-Striker, because he has, you can bring cavalry in his list, even though our cavalry isn't that great. Maybe, I mean, there's probably not going to be that many changes to the cavalry in the new edition that's coming out, or not new edition, but like the updates. New Nemo looks pretty cool though. Anyways, happy wargaming. Take care. Don't punch your friends, and always remember there's a gremlin in your closet. See you guys later.